Hey Limitless Nation, today you're in for a real treat. Today you get to learn directly from Aaron Civi. Aaron is an influencer, high ticket closer, and wave maker. He went from a broken shell of a man, being depressed and financially unstable, to having $1,000 days being nothing but a drop in the bucket. In 9 months, Aaron quit his job as a hotel consultant to go full-time online. Without looking back, Aaron has changed and inspired countless people to live limitless lives. Aaron coaches his students wherever he goes that they too can do whatever they want. But in order to do that, they must first learn to love themselves enough to believe in themselves, and that they must invest in themselves relentlessly and repeatedly. Never quit, never give up. In today's masterclass, you are going to learn directly from the master himself, Aaron Civitarese. Let's dive into it.
Before you dive into today's masterclass session, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below. It allows you to receive notification bell every single time we provide you with the content that allows you to live a limitless life. Now, if you want to go deeper on learning on how you can hunt your future, make sure you download our masterclass session at huntyourfuture.com. It allows you to know exactly what you need to do to hunt your future. Plus, we are also going to share with you tips and tricks on what you need to do to live a limitless life starting from today's forward. Now, let's dive into today's masterclass sessions.
Hey, welcome, Aaron Civitarese.
Hey, thanks for having me, buddy.
It's glad to have you here today. So, Aaron, can you tell us if there's anything that we did not mention in your bio that you'd like to share with the Limitless Nation?
Just that I'm very happy to be here and I appreciate it.
Well, and we're thrilled to have you here with us today. Now, with the Limitless Nation, we have a tradition of starting each and every single interview with a limitless quote or mantra. So do you have a quote or mantra that you say or think to yourself on a nearly daily basis?
I do, actually. I'm grateful for what I have and I'm excited about what's to come.
I'm grateful for what I have and I'm excited for what's to come. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, with that being a positive, inspiring quote, can you share with the Limitless Nation a challenge or a setback or just sheer difficulty that you've had to come through and still be grateful for what you had?
Yeah, I can. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, I went through pretty much the roughest part of my life as far as finances go in business. At the time, I had maybe between 10, 15 brick and mortar businesses that I was either invested in or managing or consulting for in Southeast Asia. And due to some outside things that I could not control, a lot of them had to be closed. You know, it actually turned out the place that we lived actually closed. Imagine that. The island we lived on closed. So all tourism was over. So all of our businesses, which were in the tourism industry, they all had to be shut down. And, you know, that was a big strain on my family's pocketbook, obviously. And it was a bit of a blow to my mental capacity to understand what was happening, because I had spent the better part of a decade building these businesses and all of a sudden they were gone, right? So when that happened, I actually fell into a depressed state. You know, I spent a few months where I didn't leave the house. I was very down, found myself crying and being very sad and feeling sorry for myself and having a bit of a pity party, which is, you know, the beginning of a downward spiral. That's actually kind of where this mantra came from, because thanks to my lovely wife and a couple people around me that sort of, you know, slapped me in the face and said, you know, you need to wake up. I basically realized that I still had a lot to be grateful for, right? I was healthy. I kind of shifted my mindset from I'm a victim and this is happening to me to this is actually a positive thing, because of this, I have to respond and I need to make a change and I need to go again. Like I need to get up, brush myself off and start something new, start something fresh. So I actually looked at it in a positive light, and that made me look forward as to being happy about what's coming and excited. And ironically, that next step that I took was actually moving online and learning about the online space, which is exactly where we are here now. So that's where it came from. Yeah.
That's cool. That's amazing. So you went through this difficult spot where you having 10 businesses, that must have been really, really stressful. And then it got even more stressful, I'm sure, when you lost all 10 businesses by no power of yourself, but just simply the circumstances of living in Asia. And so I think you just touched on it just a little bit here, but we call it here an aha moment. And you were saying, leaning towards the idea of your aha moment, but I don't want to put words into your mouth, but it sounded like your aha moment was when you switched from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, more or less. That moment was really when I started going inside myself and realizing that I had spent many, many years building other people's dreams or my own dreams, but in a capacity where they were influenced by other things, right? I didn't have control. I'd be like a minority partner, or I would be a consultant or something. And when it all got out, the aha moment was I went inside and I realized I need to stop looking externally for success and ways to do things, start going inside. And I had a realization that my skills aren't up to par with what they need to be to actually have my own thing going on for myself that I can rely on. I was relying on external things and then helping assist rather than being the owner of my destiny, right? I came from, meditation and reading and personal development and books and journaling and mirror work and all of these things. And I finally was like, oh my God, I need to go inside and make myself the asset. I need to be the skill set. I need to have that skill. That's when I opened the computer and I was, sort of searching, solopreneur or make online or home or be your own boss, this kind of stuff. And that brought me into the online world, the affiliate space. I got involved in a variety of things. And the aha moment was really realizing that I personally needed a skill that I could rely on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Aaron, after all of that excitement and just amazing, just action, I'm going to say, going from A to Z almost, what are you working on right now?
Hope you enjoyed the masterclass session so far. Before we get into the second half of the session itself, it is very crucial for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I really don't want you to miss out on another masterclass where I'm going to share with you what other expert celebrities, Fortune 5000 companies do to become successful and live a limitless life. So make sure you subscribe right now, and every single time we upload a new video, you will receive a notification bell. This allows you to enjoy the masterclass on the regular basis. So make sure you subscribe right now. Well, as you are ready, let's get into the second half of the masterclass session.
Good question. A lot of things. A lot of things. So my journey, it brought me from, at the beginning of my journey, I went into the crypto space, right? I went through a lot of different problems and scams like most people do. And as I went through that process, I realized education is a big problem. So a few of my business partners and I, we put together a cryptocurrency education platform where we can have people come on and learn about crypto and actually get a skill, where they can trade and earn money on their own time, right? So that's one thing we're working on. It's called Coinbit Pro and it's amazing. We just launched that. Another thing I'm working on is getting myself a high income skill as a high ticket closer. So I've gone through high ticket closing courses and things, and I'm helping people close, and now I'm helping teams of people close. So being a high income communicator as a leader in a leadership role, that. And the newest thing I'm working on now, which I'm very, very excited about, which you're very in line with what this is a podcast, right? So I'm getting prepared to launch my podcast, and that'll be coming out in December. And I'm very excited for that. So I can start interviewing people just like you're interviewing me now here. And I'm just excited to network with people and get to hear people's stories and things like that. So those are the three things I'm working on.
That sounds exciting. So where can the Limitless Nation go to learn more about these amazing opportunities and just like connect with you on your podcast and everything else that you're doing?
Yeah, cool. Well, of course, I'm on Facebook under my name, right? You and I are friends there. And I have my website, which is my name, aaroncivitarese.com. And when you go there, you'll see I have some free stuff that I give away as far as some courses and things that I've given my inner circle. I give away for free there. And my podcast and my various businesses are in there as well. You can see everything about me.
That sounds amazing. Thank you very much for sharing that information, as well as the knowledge that you got free courses that are available for other people who want to improve their lives.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me, bro. This is awesome.
Right. And when you started your Limitless journey and started to go online, after you had looked internally, was there anything that you felt that was really holding you back from really becoming limitless?
I think what was holding me back, and I think I speak for a lot of people, even if they don't realize it, is negative self-talk and lack of belief in yourself that you can do it. I was always under the impression that, oh yeah, other people have podcasts, but I can't do that. Or other people are making millions of dollars online, but I can't do that. And that comes from negative self-talk and no belief in yourself, no self-love. The way that I got through that was, again, through a lot of personal development, a lot of reading and reflection on myself. Plus, a huge thing is surrounding yourself with support and people who are on the same path, the same journey, and having mentors in your various areas of life who have been there. Mentors with money, mentors with your online business, mentors with your physical health, mentors with your fitness, right? Mentors with everything that have been there that can help shine the light on your future and they can show you the way. So I would say inner work as usual and mentorship. Those are the key things.
Right. So you didn't really feel like there was anything that was holding you back other than that you needed to get that?
Oh, holding me back. Sorry. Yeah. I honestly didn't feel like I was being held back. I think the thing that was holding me back was myself. It was me. At the beginning of my journey, I had an ego in place because I had successful businesses offline and I thought I could transfer them online. And my ego was telling me, oh, you've already built businesses, you can do this. And so I wasn't accepting that mentorship and that leadership and the support. I was trying to go lone wolf at the beginning. So that was holding me back. And then I realized that's not the way online. You have to be a community, you have to be around other people, and you need to work together as a team. And that's the way forward. So I guess the thing I would say that was holding me back, in the end of the day, it would have been ego at the beginning.
Okay. And then by now, as you are a professional entrepreneur and successful business person who's extremely busy, you have moved past that onto even better and greater things now.
I hope so.
So, Aaron, with you having helped so many people from all walks of life, what is some of the best advice that you were given that you can share with the Limitless Nation?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. My advice would be to understand the reason that you're doing it, right? Dig into your why and don't just glaze over and say, oh, because I want money or oh, because I don't want to work. You have to go deeper than that. You have to ask yourself, who are you doing this for, right? What is the impact you're trying to have on the people around you? And what is the impact you're trying to have on the people you're serving, right? The people out there in the world, what are you trying to bring them? Think about that. And then think about the emotion that they're going to feel when you bring that to them. And then for your family or your friends or your family, your kids and your wife or your husband or your parents, if you're trying to supply a better life for them, like support a better lifestyle, really think about how they'll feel when you do that, when you accomplish that. And that fuel will give you enough fuel to go forward and get you through the hard times, because it's not easy, right? Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's hard. And when you're working online, especially because you're totally alone as far as you're at home, right? You're by yourself. There's no boss. There's nobody to punch a clock. So it gets difficult and there's lots of roadblocks. But if you understand the family part and you understand the external part and your why is strong, that will push you through the hard times. And if you just keep going and don't stop and have a clear vision of where you're trying to get to, just keep going forward. There's only one outcome that's possible. And that's the dream and the goal that you're going for. There's only one way to get there, is just to keep going. But if you stop, then it's over. So my advice is just to keep going, always.
I agree.
Yeah.
Always keep moving forward, because if you don't, you're going to fall back and die. Yeah.
Fail forward, right? As fast as you can. Don't be scared. Just do it. The number one thing that you're scared of doing, or you think you're going to fail at it, do that first, right? Fail forward as quickly as you possibly can.
Right. And if you start younger, you are in an even better spot, because you have far less to lose. You don't have that family yet. You don't have all that notoriety yet. You can still fall on your face several times. That's how Apple was started.
Exactly.
Now, Aaron, because of where you are now and all the discipline that it takes to get to where you're at now, what are some habits that you have instilled into your life that help you maintain this limitless life that you live?
Yeah, habits and discipline is huge. It's huge. Like I said, you're working by yourself at home, right? You have to have discipline. For me, making sure I get up early in the morning and exercise, that changes everything for me. If I get up early, 5, 6, 7 a.m. and I go for a run, or I do some yoga, or even if it's just push-ups and some stretching, getting the body flowing, moving really helps my day. I just feel like I've accomplished something already, and I can sit down at the desk, or I can get on the phone or do whatever I'm doing, and I can feel like I'm on fire, like I have the energy. So that's first. The other thing is blocking time. Now, I struggled with this for a long time, but get a calendar and get it syncing with the various things you're doing, and block your day. So like in the morning, for the first couple hours, you're doing this task, and then you only do that task. Like, you don't open your Facebook, you don't play with your emails, you just do that thing. And then when that task is over, you do the next block and the next block, and you just block your days and you just stick to it. Because if you start going all over the place, because as you get more and more busy and as you more and more responsibilities, you're going to start getting messages and things popping up all over the place, and it's overwhelming, and it can make you feel like you're not getting anywhere because you're just kind of just barely staying above the water. But if you focus on your blocks of time, you can really get a lot accomplished, and then stop that block, move on to the next block. That really helps me.
And just for my own personal curiosity, when you do this blocking and time for segments here and here and here,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that you predetermined the night before?
Oh yeah, it's predetermined days before.
Okay, so you're always planning the next day before it actually happens. That way, when you wake up, you already know what you're doing and you don't have to think about it.
Definitely, 100%. I actually, that reminds me, I used to, before I went to bed, I would write out my next day in my journal and think about what I'm going to do. I haven't been doing that lately. I should get back on that. Thank you for reminding me. But yes, it's very important. Block your days out. Like on my calendar, if I open my calendar right now on my phone, which I'll do just to give you a short, like what I'm talking about here. If I open this, I can see already all of these things, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's tomorrow, the next day, like that's Thursday. Those are all blocked already. All my days are blocked, right? And I know what's going to be in there. They might not be full yet. Like the space might be empty, but the block is there. So I know that on Friday at noon, between noon and 4 on Friday, I know that I'm going to be doing X, like this one certain thing. I haven't got the appointments yet. Or I don't have the meetings or anything in place, but I know what business I'm going to be operating inside of that moment. So it takes away the overwhelm in your mind, you know?
Compartmentalize it and simplify it. Yeah. I like
exactly.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron, if you had the ability to, and in the hypothetical world, let's say, that if you had in the hypothetical world, all of the books and all of the self-help that you have learned over the years, all of that just disappears. And you only have enough money in your bank account to buy a single book. It can be any book, but it can only be one book. What would be the first book you would go out and buy?
Oh my God, that's so hard.
You can limit it to 3.
Wow. Okay. Well, there's the standard self-help book that everybody says, and I'm also going to say it because it is so good. Think and Grow Rich. Okay. For sure. Book changed my life. It's just unbelievable. Second would be for, the way to interact with people and talk to people, build rapport, all that stuff. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay. Right. And the third book for, let's say, understanding manifestation and understanding a little bit of quantum physics, not so deep, but it's quite deep actually, I guess. And understanding more like how the brain is programmed, breaking the habit of being yourself. Those would be the 3. Those would be the 3 books.
So yes, those are 3 definitely powerful books there. And also in the vein of in a hypothetical world, if you had the ability to travel back in time and talk to your younger version of yourself, is there any advice that you know now that you wish you would have told or been told back then?
Yeah, I would tell him that all of the time that he wasted not believing in himself and wasting time thinking that you're a failure and you're a loser because you made a mistake, that's just wasted time. I would tell him, if you're making a mistake or if something happened where you went down into a depression or you went down, just stand up and go again right away. instead of waiting for a day or a 2 or a month or something, because that's just gone time. You don't get that back. And eventually you're going to realize, oh my God, I need to stand up and work again. I need to get back on the horse, right? You're going to get back on the horse, but why wait for a couple of days or a couple of months, or even if it's an hour? Why wait, right? If something happens, just get back up right away. That would be my advice.
I like that. Just get right back up and go again.
Like right away, instantly. Like don't even just get back up. Just literally get back up and just go again. Because
Okay.
what's the middle time, right? What is that? There's nothing there. All you're doing is thinking about it, and you're just digging yourself deeper into, oh, I can't believe I did it. Why did I do that? Or I wish that wouldn't have happened like that. Or what if, and oh, I'm a victim. It's a waste of time. I would just say, just get back at it and go again.
Absolutely. So, Aaron, what is the best way for the Limitless Nation to connect with you, to learn more about you, to listen to your upcoming podcast, and just interact with you and say hi?
Yeah, great. Well, like I say, Facebook, I'm always there. My website, aaroncivitarese.com, and my podcast you can find on iTunes, Spotify, and things. It's called The Growth Podcast. And you can go to the website, growthpodcast.info.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing with us, and thank you very much for your time. I'm sure that the Limitless Nation has been inspired by your story. I know myself personally, it inspires me to go out and do more and be more, because there's so much more ability that the human mind and spirit has that we just haven't tapped into.
I agree completely.
And until next time, this is Donovan saying, stay limitless.
Great. I love it. Thank you, man.
Well, that's a wrap. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe. And if you want to go deeper on learning on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donovan on what you need to do to hunt your future on every aspect of your being. This allows you to live a limitless life on every aspect of your life, starting from today's forward. Plus, you are going to receive tips and tricks on what you need to do to tackle your day, tackle your challenges on every situation, every single time. So go ahead and download it right now. And until then, stay limitless forever.